Are e-cigarettes the best way for people to quit smoking cigarettes? Well, according to a new study published in the New England Journal of Medicine, they are the most effective way to go. 886 middle-aged smokers were randomly assigned to e-cigarettes, patches, gums, or lozenges. After 1 year, 18% of e-cigarette users were smoke-free, compared with 9.9% of those using other products. But not everyone is convinced. Some saying this is a problem growing among teens who are turning to vaping. Joining me now is Erica Sward from the American Lung Association. Erica, welcome to Chasing News. How are you?
Very well. Thanks for having me.
So, Erica, let me start right in on this report. It's in the New England Journal of Medicine, this British study saying, hey, this whole vaping thing actually is working to get people off of tobacco products, cigarettes. You're not thrilled with the report, or you don't agree with the findings?
The American Lung Association is concerned that this is going to just confuse smokers even more. There are a few important things for people to know. Number one, the Food and Drug Administration has not found any e-cigarette to be safe or effective in helping smokers quit, and that has not changed. And number two, the study is pretty misleading because 80% of the people in this e-cigarette study switched to e-cigarettes, but they ultimately did not end their nicotine addiction. And switching is not quitting, and we know that to be true. We don't recommend that people switch from one poison to another. We recommend that people quit for good.
All right, thank you, Erica. Appreciate your time tonight.
Thanks so much.
All right, let's bring in the other side of this conversation. Joining me now is Dr. Joel Nitskin. He is a public health physician with the R Street Institute. Doctor, welcome to Chasing News. How are you?
Good to be here.
So, Doc, the American Lung Association saying bad, bad, bad. People should not go from one poison to the next. What do you say?
I strongly disagree. What they say is technically correct, but the question is, what is the alternative? The Lung Association would seem to prefer people to continue smoking cigarettes rather than go to this much lower risk family of products.
One of the objections is that a lot of young people are doing it.
The vast majority of kids who vape, number one, only experiment and never continue with it. Number two, of those who continue, almost all of them are kids who were smokers to start with. The number of non-smoking kids who take up vaping, even with Juul, as far as we can tell, on a regular basis is minuscule, less than 1%.
Thank you, Doctor. Appreciate your time tonight.
My pleasure.
All right, let's bring in tonight's A-plus panel. Jeanette Hoffman, Republican strategist. Great to see you, Jeanette.
Thanks, Bill.
And Bill Caruso, Democratic strategist and attorney.
Hey, Bill.
Jeanette, I'm going to start with you. You hear a lot of these fear-mongering out there that, my goodness, the sky is falling. We hear this a lot. But when you're quoting data from the CDC, that's about as credible as you get.
Well, from the CDC from 2015, I mean, e-cigarettes have only been out for a short amount of time. We don't know the long-term effects of e-cigarettes and e-nicotine on the long-term brain development of kids. I think it's almost irresponsible for him to say that it's not a problem among teenagers. 2.1 million teenagers are vaping, Bill. That's really disturbing to me.
Bill, to that point, though, one study, New England Journal of Medicine, very credible. Yeah. CDC, 1% over 3 years, very credible. I would conclude after this whole conversation, we don't have an epidemic. We may have something that parents want to address.
This is different, though. This is about, hey, if you're a smoker right now and you're trying to quit, this might be a better alternative. Not safer, not something you want to jump into right away, but this might be better. And then what the studies do show is you do be able to step off of this and transition.
All right, thank you, guys.